How does a phone that costs $450 have a $1,200 camera? What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and I have the Google Pixel 6a, and I wanted to do my review, my 2 weeks notice on this device. Now, I've had it for a couple weeks, and man, I've never seen a mid-range phone that costs under $500 cause so much controversy, cause so much hate, cause so much love, if you want to say it. It's a $450 device, $449 from Google. It packs the Tensor chip, the flagship chip that's also in the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. Now, for $450, you could put this up against the Nothing phone that's between $400 and $500, the Samsung Galaxy A53 that costs around $450. Sometimes you can get it on sale for $350, which is not a bad deal if you ask me. But what makes this phone so special? After 2 weeks, I'm gonna go through what I like, what I don't like, and we'll go from there. But I just wanted to give you a thorough review, after the updates. This is not pre-release software. This is also running Android 13 beta, which has been running excellent. Everything works flawlessly on the Pixel 6a. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to get into is the camera. That's my dog, Gigi. She's a German Shepherd. She's absolutely stunning. And this phone is able to capture some amazing shots of dogs, family members, whatever you call it. When it comes to the camera, this camera is amazing. It's the best portrait on a rear and front facing camera. Is almost as good as the Pixel 6 Pro or the Pixel 6. I would put it up against the iPhone. I would put it up against the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra any day of the week. I mean, look at that. Yeah, and there's some dogs out there that say, hey, the edge detection on this is not good. The little dogs and the big dogs out there are griping a little bit. They're barking. But you know what? It's time to go behind the cage, because this phone takes excellent pictures when it comes to portrait on the rear and front facing camera. Also takes nice regular photos, night sight, night photos. It just kills it when it comes to camera. So you got 12.2 wide angle, 1.7 aperture. You also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 2.2. Now on the video on the back, you get 4K 60, which is pretty good. Now on the front facing shooter here on the front, you get an 8 megapixel, 2.0 aperture, but you only get 1080 video, okay? 30 frames per second. So that's a little bit of a drawback. I would have liked to seen 1080 60 or maybe 4K 30. But I think with front facing camera, you don't need that much of a frame rate. You don't need 60, but 4K would have been nice to see. So that's a little bit of a drawback if you ask me. Now, the cameras are excellent. That has been proving. So it's basically you're getting a $1,200 camera that you get on the iPhone 13 Pro Max or the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra or the Pixel 6 Pro, which is about $900, $950 with taxes if you got to pay Uncle Sam. Now, let's talk about another thing that people are talking about. The camera's great, we know that. The refresh rate on this, 60 hertz only, does not come with 90, does not come with 120. It only comes with 60 hertz, okay? It's a 6.1 inch display. It's OLED HDR, beautiful display, 1080, 2400 pixels, 20 by 9 ratio. It's got some pretty good PPI, better than the Pixel 6. It's Gorilla Glass 3. It's not Victus. It has always on display, which is great. But I'm using this device and I've put it up against other device here, okay? I've put it up against the S22 Ultra. I really don't see that big of a deal. This is my S22 Ultra. And as you can see, we'll go to the Twitter sphere. Put that there. And there's the S22 Ultra. There's my Pixel 6. We also have the one and only Pixel 6 Pro, which is 120 hertz. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the hype is, but yeah, could have had not 120 hertz, sure, or 90 hertz, sure. Battery would have taken a hit, but it's not a big deal, guys. Really, if you're peeping that much at refresh rate, I think, yeah, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Now the build, this is a beautiful build. I mean, even if you put it up against the, Pixel 6 Pro, I like the design of this one better. Like if this was bigger, hey now, it would be great, you know? But this is a plastic back, aluminum rails or sides, as you want to call them, Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. I think the build is phenomenal with that little search bar looking camera bar. I love that about the Pixel 6a. It's excellent. You only get IP67, a little down from IP68, aluminum frames, plastic back, but you can't tell this is plastic. It's unbelievable if you think about that this could be plastic. Now, on board you get Android 12. I am running the Android 13 beta, which is running pretty darn good if you ask me. You get 128 gigabytes of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM. Is that bad? Some devices have 8, some have 12, some have 16 if you're in the OnePlus world, okay? But it is running beautiful. You will get all the great updates first and foremost here. This is not an Asus phone or ZTE or even a Vivo or some of those other devices where they stop updating or you're never gonna get an update in a timely manner that you will with the Google Pixel 6a or the Pixel 6, Pixel 6a, 6 Pro, or the 7s that are be coming out here very soon. Now, as far as battery is concerned, it has a 4400 milliamp battery, 4410 if you want to be technical. You could do fast charging on here, 18 watts. It does charge pretty good. Now, it does not have wireless charging. That could be a little bit of a gripe, but hey, a wireless charger, you do have to plug it in, remember that. And if you do plug this into fast charging, you still use your phone and scroll around on your 60 hertz display, when on a wireless charger, you can't really use it. I guess you could just leave it there and go like this and kind of use it like that. But that's what I like about plugging a phone in. Yeah, wireless charging would have been a nice little perk. It would have been awesome, kind of cool. Slap it down at Starbucks, whatever you're doing, hanging out with the peeps. But listen, not a big deal. $450. You tell me another device that has wireless charging at $450. There's not a lot. It's very, very few in between. Now, you did get stereo speakers on here, and they're pretty good. Not the best. You know, we're not talking about Bose sound. We're talking about enough so that you can listen to your stuff. Now, there's no headphone jack, which is kind of a bummer if you ask me. But because it was on the previous A devices, and that was a nice little perk to have that headphone jack. So that's kind of a bummer. So the cons on this device, if you really want to go through it, 60 hertz, okay, but I really don't see it. I don't see how that's a big deal. Wireless charging, no headphone jack. I think that's cool. The one thing that I will say about this device is it is comfortably small, but for me, I think it's a little too small for me. I prefer devices like the Pixel 6 Pro and the S22 Ultra. I think I love the size of these phones better. Not a big fan of the smaller display, although it is compact and you can get some stuff done on it real fast, hurry. But I prefer these size devices over the compact. But if you're asking me if I recommend this after 2 weeks, what's my 2 weeks notice? Am I moving out? Am I packing all my stuff up and I'm leaving? No. You could definitely get this device. It's $449. They had some really good deals where you could get some free Pixel Buds. These are the Pixel Buds Pros. These are not the Pixel Buds A series that they were given for free. They also were doing some great trade-in deals, but if you could get this device for $450, I say jump on it. If you can get some good deals, get some money off of it, definitely a great device. Good for the mom, good for the dad, good for the young kid here and there. But even I would rock this. It's not a problem. It's definitely a device I would highly recommend. The Pixel 6a. I highly recommend it. I want to thank Google for sending this out. Team Pixel, this is a gift from Google. Big shout out to them for allowing me to review this device. This device, I think, is you can't lose. It has 3 things that everybody wants: camera, battery, display, and I would even say 4 because of the software, the updates that you get. You're always up on security and the latest Android version. That's gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Hit that like button right there. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when videos like this are coming. I'm gonna get out of here before I get in trouble. Peace.